I'm Catherine, this is Zach.
Hello.
And we are from RoseyRavelston Books. We'll be reviewing a couple of books that we've read. I will start.
Go for it, Kat.
I will start. So this is by The Vanishing Half by Brit, Bennett, and I'm very aware of my New Zealand accent.
Brit Bennett.
No, how would you say it?
I would say Brit Bennett.
Brit Bennett. See, that's it. Anyway, by Brit Bennett.
Brit Bennett. Brit.
Anyway, B-R-I-T Bennett. I really enjoyed this book. So the concept is about passing. So passing in that if you are sort of ethnically, say for example, African American, but your skin is so light, you pass as white and get all the privileges and all that comes with being seen and considered as white. And I didn't know a lot about it, and definitely when I finished this I went down a bit of a wormhole on the internet googling it and finding out lots of stories. So this is set in America, in the USA, and it's two identical twins, and they're in a town that is so small it's not even on the map. But this town prides itself on being really light-skinned, and if anyone comes to the town that's dark-skinned, and the town is made up of almost entirely, I think, African American community, but they're all very light-skinned, and so they're told about the dangers of getting together with darker skinned people and what that comes with, and there's this sort of racism that comes with it. Anyway, so these two twins, like, I'm not spoiling it, but they basically take different paths, and one of them gets together with a very dark-skinned man, and then the other one passes. So she never actually says I'm white, but she applies for a job that's whites only. And there was one line that really stuck out with me, and she just said, I never said I was white, I just acted like I belonged. And I thought that was so interesting.
It goes to show how silly the concept of race is.
Oh, it's so stupid. And of course, everyone, she gets promoted, she gets has this whole community, but it considers what you have to give up. Whichever route you take, there are sacrifices, and you can't really escape who you are. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really easy to read. It really got me thinking about race and class within that as well. And there's a story, and it talks. I don't think I'm spoiling it, but it does talk about someone who, is I guess transgender, and that comes into it as well.
Wow.
But yeah, I definitely will want to go back and read her other stuff and any stuff that's coming, because I really enjoyed it.
Some serious intersectionality in there, by the time.
Seriously, yeah. Sorry, that was a bit long.
No, that's all right.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Excellent. Well, something completely different, but I guess on a similar vein, I have read A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. Now, Kath and I think it's fair to say we've never read Virginia Woolf before, which is a bit shameful, I think, but we're kind of trying to make up for lost time now. This is essentially a couple of speeches that I think Virginia Woolf gave to a ladies' college back in the 20s. I think it was the early 20s. And she's essentially talking about, she's talking to a female audience about female writers, and how it's been very difficult for female writers to find a place, physically and metaphorically, to write, because she basically says that to be able to be a writer, you really need to have a space of your own, a room of your own. Ideally, you need to have some financial support as well, so that you have the time and the space to be able to write. And she goes into quite a lot of detail about historically women haven't really had the space to be able to write, haven't really had the time or the financial support to be able to do it.
Or even to, at one point, walk off the path. That's a big scandal, to not walk on the path. Right?
Yeah, in one of the Oxbridge colleges, she's not allowed to be walking on the grass. She has to walk on the path. While she was out contemplating some thoughts for a potential book in a male-dominated sphere, and it was really interesting, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of some of Orwell's writing as well about how important it is to actually have some financial support to really be able to have the time and the space to be able to write. She also goes on an interesting tangent about Shakespeare as well. And again, I don't want to give too much away, but she imagines Shakespeare's sister, and how Shakespeare's sister's life would have been quite different from the things that Shakespeare would have achieved for various reasons. Anyone that's got an interest in concept of feminism, and I think to a degree class issues as well, how it relates to writing. I'm probably talking to a lot of people who are already Virginia Woolf fans anyway, but
we're so late
we
on
are
this.
Virginia Woolf fans now, and we're going to try and get through her whole selection of books. But yeah, this was a fantastic read.
And I think just to add to that, it's so relevant today.
It is.
Even though it was written 1920 something, like she's saying things that now you'd see in, like, say, you know, Clementine Ford, or right. You know, some of the, you know, modern feminists, I suppose. And it's really friggin'
100 years ago.
Yeah, it's depressing that we're still talking about it. But yeah, I couldn't put it down. It made me think so much. Like I absolutely loved it.
It's one of those books that stays with you for a while, and you think about it for a long time afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's us for now.
Yeah. Cool. That's us. Sorry I talked too much and spoke over yours, but I think you're used to it.
That's fine.
See you next time for another review.